Hello everyone, it's Dr. G. Hope you're doing well today. What we're going to talk about today is a concept in marketing strategy called segmentation. And segmentation is part of the overall segmentation, targeting, and positioning, which is one of the most important things you will ever do in marketing. So let's get started. Segmentation is simply the fact of finding like or similar groups of people who have something in common that are most likely to be interested in the product offering that you have. So think about it. There's all kinds of different people in the world, and we're all different, right? So as a marketer, we can build something that we think will work for everyone, or we could try to find smaller groups of people who are most likely to take advantage of our offering. And we do this by segmentation, which is taking all of the people in your market and slicing them into different groups of similarities. And I call those slices of the pie. The second thing that we do is once you have those different slices or those different types of groups of people, then we have to determine how are we going to prioritize them? Which groups are most likely to help us achieve our goals? So we pick the slices of pie that we want to eat. Then finally, as we look at the differences in these different types of groups, our target audiences, we look at those nuances, those differences, and we attempt to find our value or a relative advantage to each one of those groups. So that in a nutshell is segmentation, targeting, and positioning. So again, what we do is the first thing we do is we look at finding groups who have similar attributes who are most likely to use our products. Then we go through and we prioritize because there's only so much money and time in the world to be able to spend. So we prioritize who we're going to target. Once we figure out who they are, then we try to develop and create value in the minds of the consumers in those target audiences and try to position the value that is unique to their specific needs. So why do we do this in the first place? Why is segmentation so important? If we don't find those people who are most likely to buy our products, we're just wasting resources. We're not going to be the favorite of everyone, and not everybody's going to need our products. So what do? So let's say you're in the market for a new car. So you take a look at this car here, and this is a small little sedan. It looks like it's eco-friendly. It might be an electric vehicle. There's not a whole lot of room in here. So think about the types of people who might be interested in a small eco-friendly electric vehicle. They might be different from a different group of people who might have a larger family that needs to cart the kids around, put the stuff from the athletics in the back. You might need car seats. So you might need a minivan. So the types of people that are targeted towards the smaller eco-friendly version car might be different from those who need a larger vehicle. Then you might think, well, what about the outdoorsy type? I might want to have a recreational vehicle that will help me off-road and have fun and have my adventure. So if you look at these three vehicles, each of these vehicles were developed for a specific value in mind for a different type of audience. This is why we segment markets, because we can provide our products, price them appropriately, and deliver value to that unique group. So what we do is we look at groups that have similar needs and we try to solve problems for those different groups. And the needs are based on actual problems they have. So if I have the problem of needing to haul my kids around to their softball practices or baseball or football, I need a vehicle that will allow me to do that efficiently. Whereas if I am trying to save the world, and in terms of climate change, solving that problem is going to be perhaps through an electric vehicle. So this is what we do, is try to identify the needs of that segment group. And then we also look at different descriptors. So there's different types of people in the world. They could be different genders, ages, lifestyle, sizes, education. So in addition to the needs, we also look at how each of these different descriptors are for those different groups. So what do we look at? So let's think about how customers differ. They differ in terms of personality. Not everyone is the same, right? Some of us are type A, others are laid back. Some of us have, are high achievers, where others, would rather just kind of go with the flow. So there's personality differences in a way that we can look at different customer segments. What about life experiences? Life triggers. When you go off to college, that's a new experience. If you're retiring, if maybe you're just now getting married and you have to start to negotiate with a partner, or perhaps you have, you're having a baby for the first time and you've got all of these new experiences. We all differ based on our lives and where we are in that life stage. All of us have different functional needs in terms of the products that we use. I may want a really small iPhone, whereas somebody else might prefer to have an iPhone with a beautiful camera in it to use for their work or videography. So functions and features are also ways that we can differentiate or describe different customers. There's also the whole consumer behavior area of self-identity and image. Do I want the fancy pants Mercedes Roadster, or am I happy with a nice economical Toyota? So we often use self-identity and image to create a desired identity. So that's another way that customers differ. And finally, we can learn about people just based on marketing activities. So we try to take the loyalty, the needs, the attributes of customers and try to provide love of a brand to them. So we build loyalty over time. So as you can just see from this typology here, there's lots and lots of different ways that we can break groups in customers or potential customers into groups. And another way of doing this is through demographics, meaning you can segment based on age or gender or social status, geography. Where do people live? Are you going to promote your product globally or in a small community? Psychographic is lifestyle, attitudes, opinions, all the things that happen upstairs in your brain that make you you and things you like. And then an entire discipline around behaviors, which is really the best way to segment. If you know specifically that I'm going to go to the grocery store on Fridays and always park in a certain spot and go through the grocery store certain ways and buy these types of foods in the grocery store and then always swipe with a card or pay cash. If you can predict my behavior based on my past experiences, that is a golden way to segment markets. So again, you could group people by geography. Geography may be in climate or population, urban or rural, country, city, density. But understanding where people are can help you predict what they're going to do. And that's also going to help you build a better marketing strategy in terms of the offerings you provide, how are you going to price them, your distribution channel, and how you might promote them. So you can just see here, there's some examples of just one company like McDonald's has very different ways that they can promote their products based on geography. Secondly, demographics are the who. Demographics are the factual pieces of information that we know specifically about you. Generally, this information is public, but we can know things like who are you? How old you are? What is your gender? Your education. Are you a college student, a high school grad, somebody in elementary school? Your social status, how many people you have in your household, life stage. Are you going off to college? Are you retiring? The who you are, those factual pieces of information help us predict the what you're going to do, which allows us to, again, take our marketing mix and be more relevant to you as a person. I already talked about life stage segments, but the different phases in your life is really one of the great ways that we can reach you, is to provide products and services and promote to you in a way that is meaningful based on where you are in your life stage. The third thing is psychographic, and psychographic is all about the why. It's how you tick, who you are as a person. We focus on psychology characteristics, your needs, your preferences, your attitudes, your opinions, your lifestyle, what you like, your personality traits, those attitudes that you have. What do you like to do? Are you a dog person or a cat person? Are you liberal? Are you conservative? Do you prefer to be alone? Are you an introvert? Are you an extrovert? So the psychographic segmentation really helps us identify why you do what you do to help us then create that marketing mix. Well, here's just some examples of different types of psychographic imagery. You might have a self-identity. You might be somebody really into lifestyle and running, or maybe you're a college student who likes to party. Maybe you are a same-sex individual getting married, or you just like healthy natural foods. You are going to, the closer we get to understanding the why you do what you do based on psychological factors, the more likely our products and services are going to resonate with you. Finally, we have behavioral, and behavioral really is one of the most effective means of segmentation. The how you do things helps us predict the what you are going to do to motivate your behavior. If I know when you purchase information on what websites, if I can understand your digital footprint of the things you click on, when you buy, where you buy, when are you in the process of considering buying something, where you are in the stage, I'm about ready to buy now, or I'm just looking around. These types of behavioral segments can really help us be very targeted in getting you to purchase our products. So we focus on those behavioral patterns to help us motivate, and it allows us to sometimes skip everything else we know about you because we know we know you so well and your behavior patterns so well. Maybe I know that every single Thursday you are going to drive 10 miles out of the way to get your gas at Costco instead of Maverick, which might be right down the street. I'm going to be able to use that information to make predictions and help be able to maybe promote to you more effectively based on that behaviors. So let's take a look at what a behavioral segmentation might look like. So sometimes what we do when we segment is we create personas. So let's look at Margaret here. Now what we know about Margaret, we know lots about Margaret because we're pretty good at data analytics and we're collecting a lot of information from her. We know she shops at premium grocery stores. She doesn't like to shop at Costco. She's not a Walmart lady. She likes to have that high touch premium store. She only pays in cash. She doesn't like to swipe her card because she's on a budget and she feels like if she pays with actual cash, that's important to her. It helps her maintain on budget. Now she's one of these ladies who likes to watch TV. She likes CNN and HGTV. She's a Downton Abbey fan, so she watches TV at home. However, If she wants to go see a movie, what she does is she goes to the theater. She's not a Netflix streamer, not this lady, not Margaret. Margaret likes to go in and watch a movie through to get away from her world and have that entertainment experience. So this is how you might make predictions about Margaret based on her behaviors. So in a nutshell, if you recall, segmentation is basically finding out similarities of people to help us better define our marketing mix, our product offerings, how we're going to price it, how we will promote and get the right product in the hands of the consumer through specific distribution channels. So I hope you found this interesting. Make sure that you watch the next video on targeting and positioning. So thank you, and I will talk to you soon.